traders at Axis Bank say their improved offers and me-dated maturities with emphasis on the 2023 securities. Meanwhile, on the short end of the bond curve, offers on the run April 2029 bond hovering around 19.6% levels. Emmanuel Orji, Treasury Team Member at Axis Bank, joins me now for more market updates. Emmanuel, thanks a lot for joining us on the show today. This week has been quite an interesting rollout of so many activities. We had inflation numbers come through. We had the postponement of the bond auction to Monday. We had the OMO auction also come through midweek, and now we are having the resolution, the agreement on the minimum wage, and talking about a whole lot of impact as well. Now we see the strengthening of the naira against the greenback, now coming back to about that 1,500 level from the high of 1,006 we saw yesterday on the back of the intervention in the FX space by the CBN. Let's start with that. Your take on the movement we've seen so far in the last 24 hours in the FX space.
Yes. Hi, David. Thanks for having me. So in the FX space, for the past couple of weeks, we have seen sustained demand pressures that has led to the NAFEM trading as high as 1610. But yesterday, we saw the CBN intervene in that market, and not just only in that market, as well in the BDC market. The last time the CBN intervened in the BDC market was in April, so this intervention was some sort of a welcome, yes, exactly, a welcome ease into the FX market, and that led to an appreciation of 14 naira in the NAFEM market, and to close the day at 1566. So obviously, to maintain this appreciation that we're seeing in the NAFEM markets, the CBN needs to intervene more, given the sustained demand pressure from all sides, not just from the local side, but as well from the foreign portfolio side.
Let's also talk about how investors are positioning now across the T-bills and bond curve. We're all looking towards Monday's bond auction, which was postponed from this week to next week. Now, the size, 300 billion naira. What's your anticipation? How do you think investors will be leaning across the curve going forward?
So like you said, a lot of things have happened in the fixed income space. The inflation data that we saw, that crossed 34%. We're also seeing the new passing of the minimum wage, which will further put pressure on inflation data. And over the past couple of weeks, the bond market, we've seen weak sentiment across board as appetite remained largely low, not just because of the inflation numbers, but as well as the thin system liquidity we are seeing in the market. Market has been in the repo for the most part of this month, and we expect that to persist, barring any FAC inflow that might come out this week. So heading into the auction on Monday, we expect to see a 20 to 30 basis points increase from previous auction levels. That means that we'll most likely see, for the long end, which is the 2033, most likely see that print at 21.6 or 21.8 at this auction on Monday.
And Emmanuel, I wouldn't let you go without giving me a little bit of scoop into what you're thinking when we are looking at Tuesday's announcement, which we expect from the MPC. If you were to give me a base of how much of a rate hike we'll see, some are saying 50, 100 basis points. What's your take, the team at Axis Bank?
Yeah, so we don't really expect an aggressive hike. If you look at the body language of the CBN governor, he has been shooting towards reducing the aggressiveness of the rate hike in order to not stifle the economy. So at the MPC meeting going to be held next week, Monday and Tuesday, we're expecting a 25 to 50 basis points hike in order to sustain that inflationary fight while easing on the economy.
Emmanuel, would leave the conversation here for now. Thank you so much for talking to us, and do have a lovely weekend. That was Emmanuel Orji, Treasury Team Member at Axis Bank. And on that